Okay, so nowhere have I found a video that explains how to do this. Actually, yeah, pretty much nowhere. There's a lot of documentation, forum posts, Sweet Speed, Reddit, whatever. And everybody always says you need to go down, pull basically the bumper off of your car to replace the grill. I just bought a brand new, I guess the all black Polestar grill. And like most people on the forums, I've dipped my grill surround, and I mean, it's okay, but it just doesn't look as clean. So basically, I bought a new one. I'm gonna put this thing in, and for the most part, nobody has been able to explain exactly in video, step by step, how to remove this grill, which sounds like it's a pain in the ass. So let me show you what I just did. I put it back together just for the purposes of this video, and I kind of want to point out what I figured out when I was doing this. If you look at the new grill, and for those who don't already know, first off, let's look at the new grill. And you see these clips back here. There is, let me go behind it. Let's see, 1, 2, there's quite a number of them, right? And if you study them closely, you can see that there's this flexi bit here that if you push it down, it goes down. When it comes up, it'll lock in. That's what's holding this grill in place in the car. All right? There's some on the sides, which you can see here, and of course there's some on the bottom. We'll get to that in a second. But what I want to show you is how I was able to access these clips. And it should be pretty simple for anybody who has a long tool like I don't know, a plastic flathead, or maybe one of these trim tools like what I have here on the ground. First step, which I've already done, is you want to remove this plastic bit that goes across the front of the bumper. This will get us behind this front portion of this grill here that we need to be able to see behind. There will be a little stretching, but as you can see, it's not going to be as bad, and your paint's going to withstand it, so I don't think there's going to be a problem there. There's a screw here. There's I don't know what these are, these special rivets here, and there's a couple more screws and rivets that you want to pull off. I've already unscrewed them. Next bit is you want to pop this off. One there, one here in the center, and there's one over here. So that will lift right off the car. I'll put this down next to where the screws are. Okay. Once that's off, you're going to see that there's a little notch. Where is it? There it is. There's a notch here where the bumper kind of folds over. Just lift it up over the top of it and come back over here and do the same with this side. All right. Now I could actually just kind of pull this back, and it doesn't look like there's much room, but if you look at it from the side, it's not bad. What you can actually get to, let me see if I can't turn the camera where you can see it. You can get to those clips back there, and you can get to them all the way to the side or the edge over here. So basically, I know it's hard to see with the camera, but there you go. That's kind of as good as I want to get it. But you can kind of see where those clips are. Right? There's one there. There's one right there in the center. I pull this up. There's one right, I think that's it. Anyways, there's one right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this tool, this little guy right here. Gonna reach in and then just press down to release each one of these clips. And when I press down, I'm gonna pull out towards me a little bit just to release it. And what you'll see is you're gonna try to get all the ones on the top, every single one of these clips. And every time you pull, they seem to want to stay released. So that's good. Once they're all out, you're gonna pull a little bit hard over here, and that side clip will just pop out. I don't know why it does, but it does. They're impossible to get to unless you take the bumper out. However, with just a little bit of exertion, it'll come right off. And the same thing will happen on the other side. When those come off, basically this whole grill will come forward, and you can reach down and then release the bottom clips, which actually kind of hide behind this rubber surround behind it. But you just kind of reach in, flip under, and then just flick them up with your finger, and the whole thing will come out. So I want to go ahead and try to do that now. I'm going to put the camera down, and hopefully it can catch kind of what I'm doing. So, be right back. Alright, so I'm going to start at the center and I want to move out. I think that's the easiest way from what I've done earlier. So I see a clip, I push down on it. And pull forward. Left side's loose. Should be one more here. Right side's loose, and you saw when I pulled, that clip came out. That clip came out. Put that guy down. And then down below, I want to be able to show you guys this, but it's very difficult from my angle. But you pull back, you can see the gap that I'm getting here. The clips are down below, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down and flick them up. So, I mean, I have smaller hands. This might be a problem for some of you, but for me, not so much. So I'm going to start, just like I did before, somewhere towards the center. So, let's start here. Okay. Where's the next one? Where's the next one? You can always reference your new grill where the clips are if you don't know where they are. This guy's gonna be. I'm gonna put this side. And the last one. Here's your grill. Assembly. Well, let's look at what I was trying to explain earlier. It's probably a good idea to point this out. Okay. So, what you couldn't see. See if I can get my light to come back on. Hold on. Okay. So what you couldn't see when I was pulling the grill out was, you can see where they slot in right here, here, down towards the bottom here. And the thing is, when you pull that grill back, you can reach behind it. You have to push back this flap, reach under, and just pull up. And do them in sequence, because like what you just saw in the video, if you try to like remove this one, skip this guy, and then remove this one, you're gonna have a problem. This one won't come out because of how much pressure it still has up against the clip. So do them in sequence next to each other, and then just keep popping them out, and they'll come right out. So let me show you the front. That's where that side clip is, and here are the top ones. All right, I did not remove this bumper. All I did was just pull off that plastic trim piece to get to those first top clips. All right, and reassembly looks something like this. Here's my brand new grill. Alright, so I can tell now all the clips are in, so let me reassemble the top piece. Since the bumper seems to be wanting to move a bunch, this should help keep it in place so I can get a good firm press on it. Just reattaching those clips I showed you guys earlier. If you didn't see them earlier, these are these plastic rivets. To pull them out, you can actually reach under them and then just push up. You can use something hard, like, I mean, you can use the trim tool like what I use over there. But you should be able to push up this centerpiece to where you can actually pull the rivet out, no problem. Oh, before I forget, underneath this trim are screws. Something I didn't mention earlier. When you pull this trim up, there are a bunch of screws holding the bumper down onto the vehicle. Let's go ahead and do those first. Down. This guy down. And the rivets are last, or first if you're going in the opposite direction in this process. Okay, we're all back there. Final push. Very nice. 2 clicks. There she is. Ain't she a beaut? Alright guys, hopefully this helps somebody out there. A lot easier than pulling off that bumper, I'll tell you that. Have a good one. Good luck. And I guess I should say, if you break your stuff, it's not my fault. Just be mindful when you're pulling on things, because, well, just be obvious. Thanks, guys.